Now we're back to learning Gimp, and this time I'm going to show you how to create a zoom motion blur. It looks kinda good when you've got a racing scene, race car for example. I've got the origin here and I copy it 2 times. I'm going to create an outline and a blur, and I've got the final one as backup. I like to use backups, so in case I make a mistake I've got that. Let me get rid of the background, we don't need it. Now I use the path tool and I create a simple shape which is going to be the outline, so I'm on the top layer. If you know how to make outlines, you can skip ahead. I'll try to make a timestamp for that. If you're new, the first step is to just left click with the path tool. Don't worry about the curves for now. I zoom holding Control and then I use my mouse wheel and I move around in the image by holding the spacebar and then left click with the mouse and dragging. When I've arrived at the starting point, I hover over the first of these anchor points, these nodes, and I hold Control. This is going to change the cursor, and then you can left click and close the shape. Now we've arrived at the second step where we take care of the curves. We can just hover over these lines, left click and drag, and this is going to make them curved. You will get these handles to adjust the angle, and you can always click on the nodes and reposition them if needed. That should be enough for our example here. The next step is to right click. Then you can go to select and use from path. This is going to select our outline. Right click on the outline layer, use add layer mask. And then make sure that you've got selection selected and click on add to confirm. So now we've got this outline created and everything else is masked out. I go to select and none. And now we'll take care of the blur. So I go to my second layer right here, blur. Then filters, blur, zoom, motion blur. Check the preview. X and Y is for the position. You can see that right here there is this plus sign. You can drag it around and you will notice there are two now. The first one is for the position, the other one is for the blurring factor. But you can also use the scales here. So X is left to right, Y is up and down. Put it somewhat in center of, in this case, the car, but whatever object you've got, make sure that it's in center. And then adjust the blurring factor. We don't want to go too high, but you definitely want to be above 0. So use a positive value. And in my case, like 0.1 to 0.2 should be a good range to have the effect that I want. Confirm it via OK. Sometimes you've got issues with the tires. You can see right here the right one is good, but the left one, due to the sand, isn't perfect. You can adjust it a little bit. Go to the layer mask, so not the layer itself, but the layer mask. On the right hand side it's active. And then use the paintbrush, make it white. Adjust the size a little bit and then paint on it. It brings back a little bit of the original. In my case you can see the straight line is created by the sand. But if I bring back a little bit of the sand, it looks more natural. So I'll keep that. Let's get back to our blur layer. And we can improve the result by going down under color saturation with the value for scale. Not too far, it's going to take all of the colors away. But like 0.5, something like this should be good. I confirm, and here was the original, and this with our blur effect. I hope this video was helpful, thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.